Hey guys, Asip here and welcome to Python tutorial number 7. Now, in this tutorial we're going to be looking at something which normally wouldn't be taught around this time, but stuff we're going to be looking at in the future kind of requires that we understand them. So I just thought rather than, sort of touch on them, I thought I'd just go through them the whole way. So we're going to be looking at functions in this tutorial. I'm gonna just do everything on functions, or maybe I'll just do. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do everything on functions. I'm gonna start them off today, and I'll go through different parts of them in later tutorials. Okay. So go ahead and open up idle. This time we're gonna work in a separate window, though. Okay. So what I want you to do is go File, New Window, and you get this new window. Now, to create functions, well, actually, first of all, let's talk about what functions do. So, when you run a program, it does something, doesn't it? Be it, let's give an example, tells you the time, you could say, or it runs a program, or... well, you get the gist anyway. But basically what a function is a mini program which helps you do things. So say there's something you're often doing, like adding numbers together. Now I know there's the plus operator for that, obviously, but imagine if there's no plus operator, and to do an addition you have to go through a ton of steps just to do one single addition. Well, what would be easier is if you had a function where you could just call the function by its name, give it two numbers, and it would add them together, and you wouldn't even have to worry about all the strenuous behind-the-scenes activity. It would just add those two numbers instantly, and you wouldn't have to type out that code, because you'd be adding numbers all the time. You wouldn't have to type out those same lines of code every single time you wanted to add something. All you had to do was call that add function. Okay, that's basically what functions are for. They're for stuff where you're constantly doing it, and it's easier to just make a function out of it. Okay, so the way we make functions in Python is by using the def keyword, which stands for define. Okay, so you type def, and then you type the name of your function. So in this case, we're just going to call it output because it's going to output something. Two parentheses, which we're not going to talk about in this tutorial, I've decided, and then a colon to symbolize the beginning of the function. And then everything you want to be in that function has to be indented by the same amount. It can be however you choose to indent it, but it always has to be that same indent. So you could have 50 spaces, but it always has to be 50 spaces, okay? And you have to indent it as well. That's a must in Python. That's how Python discerns what's in the function and what's not, okay? Because it doesn't have braces or anything. So anyway, our function's going to be really simple. It's just going to demonstrate functions. And so all I'm going to do in my function is print hello world, okay? Now if I save this, I'll save it to my desktop. I'll save it as function.py. Okay. And now below in the same program, all you need to do to call a function, to run that function, is type its name and then type two parentheses. Okay? And that will call your function. And you can call it multiple times, you can call it as many times as you want. Okay? And now if I run this and run module, you can see, we get hello world 3 times. Okay, that's it for this tutorial, guys. Next tutorial we're going to look at returning stuff from functions. Anyways, guys, over and out.